So, direct from Deaf Institute in Manchester, I'm here today with...
Hi, I'm Michaela from Yours Truly.
And I'm Teddy.
And you are watching, listening to, and being part of a Hive magazine interview with me, Joel Arthur. So guys, I think we've recounted this, but it's actually been 2 years since I first got to cover you guys for Hive magazine. And since then, you've not only gone on to release a new incredible body of work, but you've toured like all over. You've gone to the States a few times. And was it last weekend, literally, you just made your Reading and Leeds debut. So this is a big question, but I want to know, looking back at all of it over the past 2 years, how do you feel about your growth?
I feel very grateful that we're still here and we're still growing. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry. I feel super grateful for the growth. And I think that it's something that we have kind of tried not to think about that much. We've just been working really hard.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen on social media whenever you guys share that you're in the studio or whatever, you're cracking out like loads and loads of tunes. It must have been a pretty intense session writing the new body.
It took like almost 2 years to write. Then we had something like 50 songs for this record. We wanted to make sure that we got it right this time. We wanted to make sure we spent a lot of time on it. And also, like you said, like we did a lot of touring. So being on tour kind of made it hard to kind of get an album together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a while.
So were there sessions on the tour bus where you'd be trying to write lyrics or guitar riffs and then something would get in the way?
Yes, sometimes just be like sitting there or like something, would you hit like a bump on a road and then everything goes flying.
Yeah.
Or even just like you get back from finishing a show, you're tired as hell, and then you got to drive all the way through the night. And we're usually like sitting shoulder to shoulder in a van, so there's not really usually a lot of space to be doing stuff. And then whenever you do have the space, you just want to sit and look after yourself. So
recharge, definitely,
and make sure that we're able to do this for as long as we can.
I mean, I don't blame you, especially because touring is such an intense workout, basically, for a musician. But that being said, obviously, you guys go out for a while, and each night you go on stage looking absolutely incredible. So I have to know, like, fashion and presentation are really important when you're performing. And that obviously represents you guys as a band. So you always go on stage looking amazing. How do you come up with your stage outfits? Like, is it coordinated? Do you buy specific set pieces, or do you already have clothes that you've got at home and you know this is what I want to take out on stage?
I think it's a bit of everything. I think for this new album, I think that we are almost dialing it back a little bit in terms of our outfits. I think that we really tried to discover who we were on the last cycle and tried to wear different things. And I think that we've taken what we felt comfortable with on that touring cycle and have brought it into the outfits that we're wearing on this. And I think it's all about feeling good, looking good, to be able to put on a show for people and to kind of feel like we're playing the world of Toxic.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of sparkle going on, which I've never really done before, but like a lot of also like just comfortable like clothes as well, which is like kind of weird. Like I've got two different sides going on, but we're having fun.
Yeah, I think you can definitely do the best of both worlds there and find a comfort spot. But it's always a case of considering stage lights as well, because I know they're quite hot up there as well. And I mean, speaking of like how fashion represents you on stage, it's become really apparent that you guys obviously don't like to shy away from hiding your personalities. You talk about like stuff that you get on with outside and off of the stage, and it creates quite an intimate relationship with your fan base. I think I was saying that like the UK has missed you guys for a while. So I have to know, have you guys seen the recent viral clip of Chapel Roan discussing parasocial relationships?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So I want to know what your views and thoughts are about that, and like from your perspective as well, how fans and artists can build better connections with their relationships and kind of mitigate that.
I've actually seen a change in people with the way they interact with us since that post.
Really?
Yeah, I actually really have. In the past couple of days, I've seen people be very respectful and kind of come up to us and be like, hey, you know, saw you play, loved it, have a good day. And that is something that I maybe didn't experience a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Or even really before this. I think that, you know, I didn't understand the whole idea of the parasocial relationship until our band started getting bigger. And I realized that I was sharing a lot about my life on social media, and that when I found people becoming quite invested or involved in my life and speaking to me about personal things outside of shows, or I kind of did think to myself, oh, like, maybe I need to be a bit more careful with the things that I present online and the things that I tell people. But then I also at the same time am aware that I have a career in the fact of I tell stories about my life.
Yeah.
And I write songs about the things that I struggle with, and we have a community over sharing the same trauma and the same, you know, the same feelings. So I think that for me, I'm happy to sit and talk about what we've gone through. I just think that there is like a line where people just know to be like, cool, like I've expressed how I feel and we've spoken, and like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, and just, yeah. And then we go, that was cool. Thank you so much for the conversation. And then I'll see you next time.
That was really beautifully put. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, absolutely. So take that one and run with it, I guess. So obviously Toxic has been out. It released last Friday, was it? Yeah, congrats, by the way. Amazing. Listened to it through twice now, I think. And it's already been listed in the top 20 list on an Australian album site. I'm pretty sure I saw you guys repost that. And it's just generally received a really positive reception. However, listening to it, and like you just said, you tend to write a lot about stuff that's happening in your life. It's clear that there's themes of negative relationships that persist throughout. And I want to know, moving on from the negative side of things, is there a bit of catharsis that you feel singing and performing these songs? And do you feel like you're that one-winged angel in the artwork, in a sense?
So playing these songs live, this is the first time I've had a very different feeling than I've had in the past when we've released music. This was a very hard record to write, and it's probably the most personal record I've ever written lyrics for, I guess. And like, you know, and so last night we played Birmingham and we started playing a song called Let Go, and I saw people singing along, but like I saw people like singing along in a way that felt very personal.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, it felt really amazing. As sad as it is that someone can like hear that song and feel so connected to it because of their own personal experience, that cathartic feeling of being like, oh, I've expressed these emotions and it's actually like connected to somebody else. Like that's such a beautiful feeling. And the artwork has the girl on it with like the one wing and like the headphones, and she's going through this toxic wasteland. Like in a sense, like I feel like that to me, but I also feel like that could be anybody listening to the record, of being like this person that feels like they have good intentions, that kind of constantly feels like they're getting cut down, and that they use music to get through a toxic time in their life. Yeah,
I see that. I definitely do see that. And it must be really, really, really good and powerful seeing people being able to connect with you like that. And I have to ask, because it is a one-winged angel going through a nuclear wasteland kind of vibes, is there any reference to Final Fantasy in that, or is that... No?
No.
Okay.
I've never thought about that till now.
Yeah, I was thinking... I think I've only just connected the dots as well, but kind of Sephiroth vibes. So maybe check that out. Yeah, who knows? But either way, I really do love it, and I think anyone else should listen to it and hopefully get something out of it. So I do have it on. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick, guys, but I do have it on good authority that you guys like to play games a bit. Would you say that's true?
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant, cool. So obviously you've spotted the Nintendo Switch that I've got out there. I've got Mario Kart loaded up on it, and I want you guys to do a bit of a challenge. We're going to do some quick fire questions, and we're going to do it on everyone's favorite track, Rainbow Road. Yay! 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I want to know, Teddy, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Michaela, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Brilliant. Okay. Favorite video games? Go.
Detroit Become Human.
Fortnite.
Ooh, very good choices. Okay. We know? Can we name 3 underground Australian artists that deserve more attention?
Bloom.
Okay, Bloom.
Yeah.
That's 1.
Shit. Have a nice. What?
I'm confusion.
Heaven She's kind of underground.
Okay, there we go.
And Besties.
Yeah, Besties is a good one.
There we go. Nicely done. Okay. So what record of yours has a lo-fi remix?
Is this what I look like?
Yeah, there we go. Okay. I love that, by the way. I go to sleep to it. What's the unequivocal best tea brand in the UK?
Yorkshire.
Yeah, you know it. And I was meant to prepare who's that Pokemon question. I guess I'll just describe it to you instead.
It's Pikachu!
Yeah, how did you know? Okay. Moving on. What's your guys' favorite tour meal?
Hummus and fake meat sandwich with lettuce.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Like, it's just...
Yeah.
That is good.
I make it, it's like what we have on our rider. I make it almost every show.
That's perfect. Michaela?
Noodles.
Noodles? Oh, I mean, you can't go wrong, really.
Nope.
Okay. And both of you, what's your favorite songs from Toxic?
Let Go.
Let Go.
All right, easy. And I mean, you've already done the first lap, so yeah, you guys could keep playing. But thank you so much for sitting down with me today and having this chat. This has been a Hive magazine interview, and this has been yours truly.